Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness, I need to sneeze. One moment. Excuse me. Excuse me. Of course, as soon as I get on stream, it's like, you have to sneeze. Thanks. Thanks, body. Anyway, hello. My name is Katie. Today is February 4th, 2026. And it's back to the creative chaos. I just realized we should change this event information. And then we'll do the post to Instagrams. Okay. I know this is all getting posted. I should actually repost it to my stories. Okay, so there's the trunk sale is at the Winston Heights Mount View Community Association. Next event is February 7th. Winston Heights Mount View Community Association. It's a Calgary crochet retreats and gatherings trunk sale at, there we go. Open to public 2 to 4 p.m. There we go. All right. Post the link and then we'll get straight to the sewing. Actually I just took a photo, so we're good for that. Okay. Story. Working on okay. Linkity link link link. Linkity link link link. Share. It's just like, wait, do I actually have my mic on? I have my mic on. Yay. So I know I was saying that I was doing custom orders and everything like that, but I was like, wait, no, I should actually be sewing these, because then I can still do that whole photograph as we go thing tomorrow. And then I can finish custom orders tomorrow night and Friday and etc. I was like, oh yeah, that's actually kind of smarter. Because tomorrow is the least disrupted day. I have a physio appointment first thing in the morning, and then I get to come home, and that's it. That's all we got to do. So what I will be doing is photos, but first things first is we'll come home and I will finish any I figure we'll finish sewing some stuff tonight. I want to get these bigger traveler slings done, and I would love to get 3 more minis done. And then I think tomorrow morning, before it gets really nice out, we might go in and do some Kato. But we'll figure that out. Because here's the thing, is photos always take longer than I expect. Although what I'm kind of thinking is I might go in and just take exterior photos outside. And what I mean by that is photos of the exterior while I'm outside. And then take interior photos inside in the light box. I don't know. Honestly, I feel like it might be crazy, but there's a lot of photos to take, y'all. Whatever. Well, I think, yeah. We'll see how it goes. It's just like, oh my god. I've like seriously run out of time this time. I always do. I don't know why I'm shocked. I guess I'm not shocked. I'm just disappointed in myself again. I'm not even disappointed in myself. I'm like, we still got a lot done for the pop-up last weekend. And this will be a whole new like product basically, because I've only been doing the traveler slings in upcycled obi, but these are actually going to be they are Japanese fabrics with wax canvas, which I like brainwaved the other day, probably a few weeks ago, maybe December, I don't know. It's within the last few months, a couple months, because of course, right? Always daydreaming about what's next. I do have a bunch of Cambridge and Dundurn cut. Those are not going to be ready for this weekend. The Cambridge in particular need just like, I'm putting them into production. I've got a quantity cut, but I just didn't want to rush them. These at least are like, the pattern's new, or like the fabrics we are using are new, but the pattern itself is something that I'm pretty familiar with. So that's I'm like, okay, this is a good like in between ground. It scratches my itch of have a new product, while also like not being brain breaking right now, which is fantastic because okay, so what we're doing right now is we're just stitching all the pockets for the interiors together, and then we'll go in and do a top stitch line around or across, and then it will be time to do the welt pockets in the back of the actual back, and then smash together. That's it. I guess the big thing that could be shuffled till tomorrow to finish is like all the straps could be finished tomorrow. Snaps and straps. So maybe that's what we'll call it, and we'll work on those. Like there's 3 minis that need dark top stitching, so that's why I'm like I really want to get those done, because one of them is the snow fairy fabric that's super adorable. So I think that's a nice compromise, is we'll get these smashed together to the point and like ready to like finish in the morning. Maybe we'll try and get a couple kato done that way too, actually. I'm a little bit hesitant on the kato, or haven't like pursued the kato too hard yet, because we need to swap the thread color. So we're going to be doing all the dark stitching we can right now, which is also why we'll focus in on the couple of mini traveler slings that I have here to finish, because they can be finished with dark stitching, mainly because they have like darker denim. And then we'll swap to the white thread, and that's where we can also work on some of the customs as well, because their kato also need their pockets sewn in. So alright, so if you're just joining, we are currently working on traveler slings made from wax canvas and Japanese fabrics, which I hand pick in Kyoto and Tokyo, Japan, then come back and obviously hand make into these bags. The pattern is from Kandou Crafts. She's a sewing pattern designer out of Ireland. The top 3 or the top 2 of the top products last year were her designs, so obviously we very much enjoy them. They're like typically fairly straightforward designs to sew, and I can't recommend her highly enough for like if you're a sewist or if you're looking for a product to sell. Definitely look her up. It's Kandou. The pockets on these are upcycled dress shirts, which is a new little kind of like pet project of mine. We obviously have been upcycling, I guess maybe not obviously depending on when you've joined us, but we've been upcycling obi and kimono for a while. And then last fall I went, you know what? I bet I could upcycle some dress shirts into pockets for for the mini traveler slings and stuff. And lo and behold, I can upcycle dress shirts for pockets for mini traveler slings. And then I was like, do you know what would look really good is these traveler slings in wax canvas and Japanese fabrics. And lo and behold, the pockets can be made from the bodies of the dress shirts. Because I originally was like, oh, we'll do the backpacks, but backpacks are gonna, I need new equipment before I start producing the backpacks. So they are on pause right now, unfortunately. I'm still super excited about them, but these are the current bent that we're going at is a lot more accessible currently with the equipment we have. So that's why we're focusing on other products for now. And that is fine. Okay. Dahlia's up in the tree judging Flynn, as she should. As is her right as old lady cat. So right now, I'm just adding in a top stitch along the, I'm gonna make sure that, oh, we ran out of bobbin thread right there, it looks like. Anyway, just running a top stitch along the pocket there. Then we put a basting stitch in here, and then we do the welt pockets. Looking good. So that will be the fronts of these two. So this is actually a purple, really dark, like grape purple, and then the print is these little banana cats sneaking amongst florals, purple zip to make it pop. Except that I fucking didn't sew the right color onto the top of this. Goddamn, Katie, you even cut it out. I sewed it to the fucking cat one. No, it looks good with that one, but it doesn't match the bottom. So this is gonna have to be seam ripped and put onto this one. Can I do that without like having to seam rip the whole thing? Fuck. Because here's the thing, that takes 2 out of commission of 4. Do I? Yes. I'm like, do I seam rip it? Yes, we're seam ripping the fucking thing. God damn it. Oh, and sometimes this is why you shouldn't sew tired. I'm not even that tired. I'm just. Well, I am that tired. I had a like chair nap with the youngest tonight. So we I ordered cash, like Japanese yen yesterday, and I was like, okay, I'll go in. They're open on. I ordered in the I ordered in Calgary specifically because the branch I ordered it at is open on Saturday. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going in for this trunk show on Saturday. I'll pick it up on Saturday. Asked them like how long it was going to take, and they're like, yeah, it should be here by Saturday. I'm like, cool, sounds good. No big deal. And then I actually got a call today at like just before 3 p.m. of like, yeah, your cash is ready. I'm like, okay, well, I may as well actually go get it tonight because like that eases up my Saturday just that little bit. Well, that's probably going to be key for everyone's enjoyment. Basically it means that I can like definitely, I think we'll end up going out for like pancakes or something that morning with the kids, or like making, actually it depends on how much I have left in the house for ingredients, but maybe we'll make Dutch baby or something. But anyway, I was like, so I ran into the city with the kids after I picked them up, pick up the cash, and eldest basically fell asleep on the way home. So I was like, okay, upstairs for bedtime because you're obviously tired. And they've both been complaining about how tired they are when they're getting up in the morning. So I'm like, perfect, 6:30. It's a little bit early for what you normally do, but not out of the realm of possibility. It took the eldest about an hour and a half to fall asleep. And it took the youngest about 2.5 hours to fall asleep. I'm just like, please go to sleep. Please, 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 please. And they're like all wiggly and they're getting too big to like cuddle in the chair. And it's a whole thing right now. And it's just like, okay, we need to start like practicing with you guys going to your own beds. And they're like, okay. And you put them into their own beds and they're like, no. Like, oh my goodness. I love my kiddos. I am ready for them to be able to go to bed by themselves. At least like occasionally. Not all the time. I still enjoy the cuddles. But like on a night to night where they've already had cuddles and then it's time to go to bed, it's like, okay, you can go to bed and go to sleep. Typically right now I do start bedtime around 8:30. However, like I said, they've been complaining that they're tired. So I'm going to try and shift it back to 7:30-ish. But now is not the time anyway. I'm going to actually be shifting us forward for Japan here this weekend gently a little bit. At least for them, I'm going to try and get myself as fully on Japan time as possible, but we'll see. That's why I was like, oh wait, well you can just finish bags on like Saturday night. Like the custom orders. They do have to be finished and we will work on them over the next couple days, but I'm like, let's focus in on stuff that is for sale this weekend and then we'll finish up the customs after that. It's also, and I was like supposed to take photos today and that didn't happen, but honestly that's fine. It wasn't actually as nice out today, like not as good a lighting as I thought it was going to be. So we'll do that. That's tomorrow's task now, and it'll just be like a full day task pretty much, I guess. Okay, so disaster not completely averted, but you know, we can fix this. Super annoying. Especially because as soon as you put holes in wax canvas, they stay because it's wax canvas. And it's just like, ugh. Okay, let's sew this one because it's the one that's here. And then we'll sew the banana cats and then we'll move on to the other ones. I can't believe I did that. Just like automatically. Finished listening to Howl's Moving Castle today. Still really good. I still really enjoy that story. I enjoy... Oh, right. I am out of bottom thread, aren't I? Am I? Yep. Shit. I enjoy both the movie and the book for differing reasons. I do love the fact that, like, he's a Welshman. Also like the fact that, like, there isn't quite as overt of war tones in the book as there is in the movie. But I also enjoy that there's very clear closure on Sophie and Hal's relationship in Howl's Moving Castle. So, and it's just such a visually spectacular movie that, I adore it every time I watch it. I'm kind of hoping they have it on the plane. Because, like, I've got a bunch of work to do, but it's one of those movies that I've seen enough that I would, like I would be comfortable with it just playing in the background sort of thing. So I'm really hoping that they have it on the flight. I was thinking about that earlier. I'm like, what am I going to watch? Because, like, there's a bunch of stuff that we haven't actually seen yet, but it would also be nice to just watch some comfort stuff, to be honest. Could I watch it at home before I leave? 100%. But it's not the same, y'all. Not the same. And if I'm home and I'm not doing computer work, I should be streaming, which is exactly what we're doing. I do have to go in and do all my, I need to photograph my receipts, because then I'll work on getting them entered while I'm there as well. Or on the plane and stuff like that, so. Yay. Admin tasks. I don't want to carry them with me because I'm like, that just sounds like a surefire way to lose everything. But it's like, okay, so how do you do that? But I was like, I'll take photos, which is better anyway because I should have photo of the receipts as well. This thermal paper doesn't last, y'all. At all. Okay. Fixed. Resolved. God, I picked up on that before we, like... Yeah. Anyway, I am just going to do a tack down for the pocket so that it's like not just free floating still. Okay. There. Super annoying that happened. Oh well, we fixed it. Look at me go. I fixed it instead of putting it into timeout. 2 into timeout. Usually if it is just 1, I will put it into timeout. But you know, sometimes being the responsible adult is the better choice. I don't know if this is being a responsible adult. Being something. Maybe it's responsible. All right, now we're gonna go in and we're gonna finish top stitching all of these pockets. Fuck. Ridiculous. Oh well. Oh well. Okay, we've done those, so we're pulling from the pile that we need to actually stitch is on the desk. Oh, look at that. This would have looked really good with gray too, but honestly the black really makes it pop. And that zip. So good. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. Here we go. I'm really hoping there's more prints in that style while we're there. I can now officially start my shopping looks. No More the Tailor House, which is a sister store to No More the Tailor, which is my like stop in Kyoto, or one of them anyway. I stop there, and then I also shop typically at the Yuzuwaya that's under Kyoto Tower, but yeah, so No More the Tailor House is the third stop, and it's sister store to No More the Tailor, and they've been posting fabrics recently that I was like, fuck yes, I want it. So we'll see if it happens or not. Probably then the stuff I was drooling over like even 3 months ago. I'm probably more likely to be able to find it. That didn't need to happen. Okay, whatever. All right, so trim. Now we do a basting stitch basically to hold these layers together. Just right on the edge, or close to the edge at least. I am going to turn my stitch length up all the way. Actually, I think there might be one here as well. Oh yeah, and then to like tack the, technically to tack these 2 layers together. So because it's basting, we do not backstitch it because all it's doing is holding it in place until we can actually sew the thing properly together. Now this is ready to do the next step on it is to smash it together with its welt pocket. So that's what we'll do after this. Oh, that was, oh no, never mind. It's not, I'm not working with the wax canvas on this side. We're just working with Japanese fabrics. Hell yeah, guys. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, this is like my lever has like a knee pad on it, and the knee pad is not where my knee is. So it's like starting to rub wrong. Just need to shift it up. If you heard the awful creak that it made when I did it, it was like so upset. Go. Oh, nope. 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 Now this is the beauty of the basting stitches, because A, we didn't front or back stitch it, and it's so loose it is super easy to pull out like this. Yay. Okay, we're gonna actually do the tack down stitch down here first then, because whatever happened there basically didn't it made like a warble. So I wonder if we're even supposed to, yeah, we can do it like right there, I guess. Oh yeah, that's what that'll be like where the synopsis is anyway. More or less. Good. Stitched 3 more just to do this Sling TLC program with, and then we'll be good. And then we'll move on to welt pockets. Purple needs the purple and pink plaid for the banana cats. That's the only one that's the exception. Everything else gets black. Love how I'm like, I don't backstitch that base stitch. And then all of, like, every instinct is like, throw a backstitch in. No, don't throw a backstitch in. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Oh, what a smooth line up there. Amazing. Okay. Okay, that one. That one. Excellent. Okay, welt pockets. So let's do the purple one so that then I'm not like, just means happened. Okay, oh shit. One piece of the lining needs to have a dart put in it. So actually, that is the first thing we're going to do, is put the darts in. And then this will be the zipper box for the bag. So that, basically, these 2 pieces go. Yeah, this is the other piece. Although it might need some interfacing right there, because it has like a patch that's missing. That's okay, we can fix that. So we'll do this, and then you draw the zipper box in, and then you sew it and stuff it through. I feel like that's wrong, though. Which way am I supposed to lay this, like, this out? Damn. Like, second guessing myself now. Because, like, it is supposed to be mirrored. That does look like it is the correct piece, because I'm pretty sure, no, it's not. It is the larger piece. Yeah, okay, so no, never mind. It's supposed to be the other way, I think. Okay, what way is it laid out for the welt pockets? Yeah, no, okay. So it's supposed to be like this. Because, yeah, this is extra, so you can do the darts. Okay, I'm glad I double checked that. La 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 la. So it's still the same idea. It's just the other piece, and it goes here instead. And then it goes up like that. And then it goes in here like this. There we go. Okay, and then all those layers line up, or at least within the, like, tolerances. Excellent. Okay, now I do need that other piece, because we need to dart those other pieces of interior. Okay, let's see. Because, yeah, we just had it when we were darting. No, it's literally right there. Just blind right now. Anyway. All right, so this we do flip, because I don't want to be doing it on the front. We want to be doing them on the back. And then I need my air erase marker, which is right here. I gotta go get more air erase marker when I'm in Japan. I wonder if it will last long enough that I could just also mark the boxes. Let's try. Probably not. It does actually air erase quite rapidly, but we'll try and see what happens. Okay. I'll be getting paired up with a black waxed canvas, which is right here. And then this piece is getting the dart treatment. So we're marking darts and welt pockets right now. These pieces are all dress shirts that are getting upcycled, and then they're getting paired up with a Japanese fabric and wax canvas exterior for the traveler pouch. Realize I keep saying traveler sling. It is actually the traveler pouch by Kandou Crafts. I am sorry. It is actually the traveler pouch. I have it written properly on my freaking template, but yeah, it is the traveler pouch, not the traveler sling. It's the mini traveler sling. This is a traveler pouch. I guess I should actually change that name when I name them on the website then as well. Oops, I am sorry, Kandou Crafts. You have amazing patterns, but I keep fucking up the names. Anyway, Kandou Crafts is a pattern designer out of Ireland. The most popular, well, two of the three most popular patterns or bags that I sold last year are her patterns. So obviously it's not just myself that loves them. She just does a really good job in general. Yeah, and like her patterns are always a joy to sew. She's got a new pattern coming out soon. She's having a naming contest right now, and I'm like, please let me win, please let me win, please let me win. I'd love it if I won. Okay, 2.5 more bags to mark. So these darts are important. I do not like sewing darts, but these darts are important because they actually help form the 3D-ness at the bottom of the bag. The front wax canvas also has these these darts, yeah, and this interior piece as well. And just it's the same as like boxing a bag. It creates the 3D shape that you require to have a 3D bag. Easy peasy. Well, easy enough. Not easy peasy. Okay, there's all the darts marked, in theory, unless we have to go back and do them again. We are going to try to mark all the welt pockets. I don't know if, like I said, if the markings will last, but worth the try. Okay. I don't even know what that's from. I think it's actually obi string, but who knows? I don't. Sorry. Okay, one, and then the last one here, and then we'll just pair it up with its wax canvas. And then we'll go from here. Okay, we're gonna sew the darts first. I don't even know why it came to dorts. Wow. All right. We'll sew the darts first, and then we'll go in and do the welt pockets. And we'll do the zippers, and then it's smashed together for these guys. Like they're practically done, which is awesome. And then after this, we're going to go in and do some of the minis that didn't get finished for last weekend. Yeah, I'm excited. The problem always is matching these guys up. And we cannot chain piece them. Okay, we're down to a normal construction length. With wax canvas, I do go up to 3 millimeter, as per the suggestion of the hammer stitch bags, because it's the same principle, I figure, as leather. The more holes you put in it, the weaker the fabric gets. And obviously with wax canvas, one of the big draws is that it is water resistant. Now, with the cotton on these, the front pocket is not exactly water resistant. However, the rest of the bag will be water resistant. So just, if you are purchasing these because of the wax canvas qualities, just be aware of that, is that the pocket is still only wax cotton. So I am looking at a way to make at least water resistant fabric that isn't wax canvas. I'm like looking at Otocoat, I guess, because I need to figure out a way to also like weatherproof or weather resistant the obi and stuff like that too. I think that might actually help preserve the embroidery on the front potentially too when I think about it. So I gotta do a little bit more research. I gotta figure out if that actually stiffens the fabric. I think it does. It's like, do I do it pre or post interfacing? In my brain, it strikes me as a post interfacing thing, but I don't know. It is another step in the process. So like, it's like, okay, when do you add it in? Can I do it indoors or do I need to do outdoors because of the kids and the cats? And yeah, there's lots of questions, guys. There's lots of questions. And very few answers. I'm going to have to watch some YouTube videos. So maybe that'll be one of my research tasks when we're like chilling in Japan. It feels like our kids are troopers, but like I do feel like we're probably going to end up with more time back at the hotel room than we typically do. So that feels like an appropriate research task while I'm in Japan. Little darts, little darts, little darts. One more little dart and then they're all darted. Then we go and do welt pockets, do welt pockets, do welt pockets. Then we go in and do welt pockets all day long. Not really. Not all day. Okay, now we are going to flip that pile because, yes, these are starting to fade somewhat at least. So basically we'll just work from the bottom up for the welt pockets so that we're working with the stuff that was drawn first instead of like last. And hopefully it all works. The pen I am using is a Japanese brand. It is available in North America quite widely. It's the, what do I use? Soline Air Erasing. I do like the fact that I've left the cap off of them occasionally, longer than intended, like overnight, and they've still been like good to go. So I do very much appreciate that. They seem to be almost more like a ballpoint pen than even a than like felt pen, I guess, would be the biggest difference. So I do really appreciate that. All right, let's go. Now I am going to, as much as I say that I'm trying not to put too many holes, we are going to backstitch at the top and bottom of the welt pocket because that is a high stress area. And I have to, yeah, and an extra like few stitches in there. It, like the balance is that direction. Okay, we're going to do each of these and then we'll trim everything down because, yep. Boxes are disappearing. Boxes are disappearing very rapidly. I don't need to be hunched like a freaking... How many different directions did my neck just go there? I'm excited for these welt pockets because honestly, wax canvas is going to like press down so nicely because it just takes creasing so well. So I'm super excited to actually like open these up and turn them. Wind the next bobbin or else I'm going to get myself in trouble because there won't be more bobbin thread when this one runs out. Okay, 2 more after this. Yay, 2 more. Yay, 2 more. I've got a YouTube notification. What is the YouTube notification? Oh, nothing that involves us too much. Okay. Well, notifications for my subscriptions, not for like the channel, I guess, is the key difference. Okay. All right. Well, the boxes lasted, so that's cool to see actually. Meaning that like we were able to do the welt pocket drawing and the dart drawing and sewing, and nothing has like disappeared completely. First ones were starting to show a little bit, but whatever. It's all good. All good. Or like starting to disappear a little bit. There we go. All right. Welt pockets sewn. Now we go in and we open them up. So what I do here, I'm gonna swivel you over here. I fold them in half and just trim the middle. Technically, you should draw a line and your little V's and everything like that, but yeah, I find this works just as well. Yes, it's an eyeballing, but it's all good. Now, I do not trim right to the corner there. I do take my seam ripper in afterwards and just pop the last few like threads typically. That prevents me from actually like trimming the threads with my scissors, and it also like creates a very crisp turn of the welt pocket. So just as a tip, if you're ever sewing welt pockets, I don't remember where I saw the tip. I'm pretty sure it was on a YouTube video in my random wanderings about like sewing welt pockets, but I cannot tell you where from. I also, by the way, got my kids' lunches packed tonight before I came downstairs. I am feeling quite proud of myself. It's like, fuck yeah. Hopefully that makes tomorrow morning a little bit faster, because I've got physio right at like when I've been dropping them off for so long. So I need to be out the door earlier than I have been the last few mornings. Morning. What's today? Today is only Wednesday, so. I did get a lot of that sewing of those traveler slings done off camera earlier today. Mostly because I was just like, all right, we got like an hour and a half. I could come online, or I could listen to Howl's Moving Castle. And so I decided, for my sake, to listen to Howl's Moving Castle. I love coming on to y'all, but I also knew I was coming on tonight. So I was like, okay, I don't feel that bad. And I also sometimes, shock, I know, I work faster when I'm not talking to the camera. Sometimes multitasking is just not in the cards, and I just did not feel like it was in the cards this afternoon. So. Last one to trim here. All right. So now what we do is we've got this gorgeous welt pocket, but we have a few threads right in the corner here that need to be popped. So seam ripper into the corner towards the V, not towards your stitch line, because you don't want to, the whole point of this is that you're not catching your stitches like I just about did there. Okay, so that one, so we've got 6 to go, or 5 more to go, which means we still have 20 corners just to convince here. However, the quality difference in opening up the welt pockets this way versus not is like opening up the corners fully with the seam ripper is night and day better. Now, if your scissors, I guess, are really sharp, you could do that, but like I'm always worried that I'm going to trim the stitches, so I just find this, even if it is an extra step, is less heartrending, because it's not like I can't rip the stitches because I'm working away from the stitches. So, whereas I have definitely snipped stitches with the scissors before, or the snips, whatever I'm using to get into the corners here. By the way, hands down, my favorite seam ripper right now is the Loops and Threads one from Michaels. It's not like the super cheap one. It's the one above it that has this like rounded handle. Which way do I go here? Yeah, it's like the $6 one versus the $3 one. And the improvement in like seam ripping is ridiculous, to be honest. Just so much smoother. And how often do you actually have to like replace your seam rippers? I do have a stash of them because I tend to lose them. But that's the only reason. And that's just me. I know other people can be more diligent with their tools than I am sometimes. Case in point being that I do have 2 pairs of shears. Do I know where the second pair of shears are right now? Nope. Did I just tidy up the studio? Yep. Didn't find them then. They're probably in a box somewhere from having gone to like Knit City or something like that, to be honest. That's probably where they're probably like out in the garage with the stock that doesn't always make it into the house. Yeah, so this makes it so that this welt pocket line right here is like super flat and smooth, and it is on the back as well. Oh, that wax canvas just like turned so good. Amazing. All right. Let's get the rest of these ready. Am I drooling over it? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Sometimes you like envision products as a product-based seller and they just like don't work the way you think that they're going to. These, however, look like they're just coming together so much better than I could have even anticipated, to be honest. And like I said, it's really nice with the wax canvas because it does take a finger press gloriously, because obviously I can't take the iron into it even if I wanted to. I guess maybe I could to the like cotton on the interior, but whatever. Like if I really needed to, I guess. Hey, getting caught. All right, I've got some really cool fabrics. The last few trips to Goodwill, to be honest, for a lot of cool dress shirts. Pretty sure a lot of these came from like a custom tailor because they've got a custom tailor brand in them, and like this is not a fabric that I typically see in Canada either, especially for a men's dress shirt. So I was very pleased to find some of these because I was like, hell yeah, that's gonna work well with the Japanese fabrics. I'm pretty sure I've actually already used the sleeves, or we are in the process of using the sleeves, and have now like obviously committed the majority of the body of the shirt to the traveler pouch here. There we go. There we go. Right, I do want to sew myself a belt bag before we leave. So we got Right now I am working on stock for Saturday and for photographing before I leave. And then I was like, I still have to finish custom orders, which will happen. I was like, wait, why am I like taking up pre-show time for this? So I'm pretty sure that's what I'll do on Saturday or Friday night, maybe even, and Saturday as well. And I want a belt bag for myself for carrying my stuff as a crossbody bag. I will have a backpack as well, but it's a pain in the butt to always have to be going in and out of the backpack for stuff. So that's why I'm like, crossbody. Crossbody is a good idea. I was going to make myself mini traveler sling, but then I realized that with the glasses case shape that I have, I can't do that. It's really annoying. So I could also finish a bunch of glasses cases, which could be photographed in the light box instead of like outside. So maybe we'll do that too. Got like all these plans and very little time to execute any of them in, but we are going to try. 'Cause why not? May as well try. These we're going to get to straps and snaps, which means that we're going to get it to the point of turning for tomorrow. And then in the morning I will come down and I will finish the straps and snaps. So basically turn, straps, snaps. And then do the finishing seams, and then I'm going to take them outside and photograph them. But yeah, we'll get like a good chunk of a lot of these done tonight. I do want to get a few minis done, and it's only 10:30. And there's 3 minis that need like black stitching. So I think those are the ones that we'll focus in on. At least for the like exteriors. Maybe not. There is quite a few that need black top stitching for around there's like zipper and stuff like that. They're kind of in a different category though. I'm gonna ignore them for now. Okay. So this purple one is like this grape one. It's got a purple zip going into it because it's the one that pairs up with the banana cats. 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 Banana cats. Banana cats. Banana cats. Banana cats. I'm gonna center that as best as I can. Banana cats. Banana cats. Banana cats, banana cats, banana cats, banana cats, cats, cats. Okay, I'm gonna swivel you back right here. There we go. Now I am going to just kind of straighten this. Dahlia, don't scratch the chair, girl. Yeah. All right, so that is ready for smashing together with the banana cats. Banana cats. Banana cats. Banana cats. So it'll be this, and then it'll be this piece, and then it'll be the exterior for the banana cats. Right, like this. And then everything gets smashed together. And we do the And then I do the strap at the end. Okay, this is the Oddball Blue. It's really gorgeous, but it is a strange blue because it's going to pair up with the Tuxedo Cats that also has like the Oddball Blue in it. Okay, I'm going to push that a little bit up there, a little bit down here, and then we're going to do this. Then we're going to do this, like this. Scoot it in, scoot it in, scoot it in. Scoot it in, scoot it in, scoot it in. Twist. Okay, that and this and this. Zippity doo, zippity da, zippity doo, zippity da, zippity doo, zippity da. Okay. That's getting a teal zipper because it's got the dusty neon florals. Basically, it's like if they were on a bleached fabric, these florals would be neon bright. But they're on a cotton linen, so they're dusty neons. Don't you just love it? Love my naming conventions. Okay. There and there, and then pop it underneath because the presser foot is just as good as a clip sometimes. Clip sometimes, clip sometimes. stereo. Good. We got what? 1, 2, 3 more to go. Sweet. This is, I think, off-white. Yeah, off-white, because it's the Geico Michael print, right? Yeah. Okay. Off-white, off-white. Where'd you go? There you go. There you are. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, this is navy because it's the piece for the Geico on navy print with the parasols in the background. And it's the Segai waves. Okay. And then that gets paired up with, oh, is it already? Nope, it is not. Like, did I have to put it down there? No, we didn't. There it is. It's the Geico. Excellent. Last one is the fans, the black fans, also with a teal zipper. And then go in and we will sew them together, basically. Actually, I gotta double check one of the instructions, because I was realizing the other day that it might be easier actually to base this and the exterior together, in part because then they'll be finished. I'm less likely to get like missed when I'm doing this next step of smashing them together. Basically just baste them together for peace of mind for me. All right. So there is all the welt pockets sewn. It's like, yeah, took a grand total of like 15 minutes for 6. They're like, I don't know what it is about these, but they're so fast. Okay. Now, she does suggest to join the front and back. Okay, and then what I would leave open is still the strap point at the top. Let's try and see. Maybe it'll actually create a nicer pouch. Who knows? All right. That is actually supposed to be open. And then these two are supposed to be like stitched together before anything else. So yeah, let's go. Let's have at and see what happens this round. Okay, those, I just know those threads are going to like pop through if I don't turn them down. We do need to put in the, I think the webbing is supposed to go here. Let's just double check on that. Yeah, smaller side right against the dart, to be honest. Okay, and so to begin with, we're going to have, actually I'm just going to grab, I think all of these are going to be, or most of these are going to be gold. I know this one, the Geico, actually the Maiko on the off-white is going to be black. And the neon floral cats will be as well. Okay, and then what about banana cat? Banana cat. And tuxedo cat. Should tuxedo be gold? No, tuxedo needs to be black. And I think banana cat should be black too. I'm out of rainbows. Oh no, it's gonna be gold too. Okay. So 3 blacks and 3 golds so far. If I change my mind, as long as it's not sewn in, it's fine. Okay, yeah, we don't have any. And these don't have their, okay, and then, sorry, now I'm like, what's the actual D-ring length? Pretty sure it's 3 inches. Oh, nope. It's the tiny ones. Oh, do I actually have them? They're supposed to be 2-inch pieces. Whoops! I think I cut 2.5-inch pieces though. Oh, there's 2. 3, 4, 5, and 6, looks like. Okay, never mind. No, they're 2.5-inch pieces. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, let's use the 2.5-inch pieces because I feel like that's a better length for this anyway. Yeah. 2, that's 5 and 6. 2-inch pieces are really good for the belt bags. Okay. Now these were included in this count. I did not include the well, never mind. The cotton are polypro, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. Come here, maybe day. And then you go like right there. That dark goes down towards the base of the bag. Just grab a handful of clips here. Okay, interesting. This is like smaller than they usually come out. Okay. Either way, there we go. Looking good so far. We've caught everything, which is good. That's like the big first step. And then this should come in and just kind of like lay over top of it. Now, part of why I did this is because then I can do this opening seam here and I don't have to worry about closing it afterwards. Basically. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start there. I'm going to keep this all hopefully within the same seam allowances. This is going far smoother. So that's definitely an improvement. Now the one issue is I cannot see this seam line up here, but it is a little bit further down than I would anticipate typically. I think as long as I follow it there, we're good. And then the one thing we have to be conscious of is we are not stitching the strap allowance yet. The strap gets added in afterwards. And then okay. With This one, we are going to finish it and see, like we're going to turn it. I wasn't going to turn any of these, but no, we're going to turn this one. So we're going to throw the strap in there. Now, I'm not putting any hardware on it yet because one of the issues I have been having is that I've, like, incorrectly placed the hardware. So, first things first, what we're going to do is we're just going to shove this up here. And why we have to leave the hole through all the layers is because, we can't, like, yeah, I can't sew the top portion, otherwise, like, yeah, anyway, doesn't matter. Okay, which layer am I in? I want this layer. There we go. Like, I need my fingers to poke through. Fingies need to poke through. Okay, what I need for this is I need like a long pair of tweezers. I have tweezers for my serger, which would probably work, to be honest. And then, yeah, typically what I end up doing is I leave it like rolling out here. So I'm going to do a multi-stitch one here. And then I am also going to go in and just do a second stitch line in that first seam allowance, just for some extra strength. Now, we're going to turn this to make sure that I'm not crazy and everything looks good before we like finish the other 5. Now, can there be issues with the other 5 that there isn't with this one? 100%. Blah, 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 right? Like, just like anything else. But, oh, that's not upper thread, that's lower thread that got pulled out. Shoot. Anyway, turning it before we commit to finishing the other 5 is still... I usually do this with the first of any batch that I finish. So let's see here. So this is what's called the birthing or the turning method. Yeah. Basically, and what I do is I turn it into that the back pocket basically. So everything gets shoved in there because it's just too much to like put everything through this pocket to begin with. It's only 11 o'clock, guys. We're gonna get a lot done tonight, I feel like. This is the night. Hell yeah. Oh, look at her. Look at her. Spectacular. Okay. So what's happening here then? Oh yeah, that definitely finished it really well. So bottom here and upper here is waxed canvas, and then the back is all waxed canvas. Interior is upcycled dress shirts, and then this pattern piece on the front is Japanese fabric. Oh my goodness gracious, this needs to be shared right away, I think. Oh yeah, it looks so good. And then we'll fuss with like getting all of this looking really good later, because it's gonna have to be turned back out to do the turning seam now, so to close it up. Alrighty, so now that we know that this is like it's good, we'll pull it back out. Most of these are fairly light fabrics, so probably it doesn't matter. But yeah. And then, so now for the turning seam, the pattern does call for it to be bound. I find that I get better results by basically self-binding it, I guess. I don't know. It's like I go in and I basically just fold this portion over top of the other portion, and then we flip it down, and it creates this nice like bound seam. So, okay, so that is the point that we're going to get these to tonight. Basically it's the same like point that we're going to get the minis to as well. So we'll just set them aside and ignore them. Now, if there is anything amiss tomorrow, obviously I'll go in and try to fix it if it's nothing catastrophic. If it's catastrophic, then too bad for it. It'll be finished after Japan then. Okay, our next bobbin is wound, so we're good to go there. Oh yeah, I did one today, was long run day, 8 kilometers. Felt pretty good. I'm very nervous about running Osaka. I think I've got it, but it's just like one of those situations where it's just like, ooh, it's my first solo marathon. Like, there's a lot of factors in this. So, Flynn, hey, Flynn, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you laying on? It's like on top of the kids' like arts and crafts shelf thing. Okay. All right. Next is Keiko. Maiko. These are Maiko. Never mind, not Keiko. They lined up over the zipper pretty well, which is nice. They're going to get a gold D-ring as well. Open up the zipper. Although the number 5, these are number 5 zippers, and honestly, they open up a lot easier than the number 3s typically. So that's always nice. Okay. Now the pattern does suggest that you clip all of this, but I'm me. The only thing I do have is that. Okay, we're actually going to start it at the bottom and just do like a chain piece over the top, because honestly I think that's going to fit better, and it's going to help me also make sure that this dart system gets done proper. Exterior to the interior. And that's a broken needle. Yay! Damn. Okay. Damn, girl. Don't gotta be so dramatic. Although, honestly, we've probably done far more sewing time on this than we should have. Oh, well. Okay. La, 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 la. Time to swap the needle. La, 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 la. La, 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 la. Time to swap the needle. In the bin, in the bin, in the bin. In the disposal bin. Needles go in an old pill case so that they don't poke anyone in the garbage. Do, 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 do. Looking decent. I just need to pull this out a little bit. I didn't start it in the right spot, but then I didn't backstitch it until I got to a certain where I wanted it. Actually start. There we go. We'll throw a strap in and then onto the next one. Okay. 2 down, 1/3 sewn. wonder if it would be better to throw the strap in, maybe. Here's one thing is like, as much as I'm like, oh, the 3D-ness, it does help shape the like dart shaping that we need to do. So let's try it and see. So basically what I just did is I just threw a strap in. I don't typically, so I find sometimes it just adds another layer of difficulty to the actual sewing of the bag. But honestly, whatever. Let's try it and see. So far so good, so definitely not displeased with how it's coming together right now. Basically what I'm going to do is we're going to even these up. Yeah, honestly, I think that went better than even the first two. Yep. All right. So let's throw on the actual exterior, and then we don't have to do any shoving into place of the strap. We can just like leave the turning hole. Okay. Small children are now afoot. So I will chat with you all later.